Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another video. Today we're going to get started on G.I. Joe Classified Cobra Operative Mole Rat. This job is given to the guys who just flunk out of all the programs. We're talking about you couldn't be an assault trooper, you couldn't be a Viper, you couldn't even stay to be a Toxo Viper. So now you're running around in mines getting resources for Cobra at the lowest, most dispensable level. And I love it. This is what happens when you join an organization that doesn't read the fine print, and next thing you know, you end up like these guys. As you know, I have three. I have one here with our masthead, and two more with our alternative zombified heads. Let's call them zombified heads. This is what happens when exposed to OR 13 or Dark Energon, depending on which universe you're using. Got them niced up in some cool poses. So I'm going to leave these guys a little further back. And as you can see, they pose really well to look like zombies. I love it. But even Mole Rat himself just outright just looks really, really cool. Now, here we have our little masthead, right? We can see here, due to what they've been exposed to, I'm not sure if this is going to be like the suit underneath with the mask over the bag, or is it exposed skin? We don't know yet. But oh, and by the way, only one of mine is like this. I've already contacted Walmart about it, but I wanted to make sure I had these guys posed up and nice for you. But it's pretty crazy though, because I like the look of this. We have a bunch of different items here on our. We have pouches. We have our respiratory line here into our suit. It's all fully integrated, and I just like the look of this, where it's like you are prepared to be in like these toxic environments, but are you truly prepared to deal with the things that come with it? Now, as far as our articulation goes, I believe we use something similar to like a snow job and Big Ben upper torso, as we do get a little bit of swivel here, right? But it really comes from, we do get bicep swivel here. We have a beautiful seamless double joint. We have that rocker type. This one rocks, I believe this is similar to Bazooka and Snow Serpents as they rock here. The pouches will get in the way in the front, but you have some backwards movement. Going forward, you get a little bit of movement. We have the drop down leg, which gives you a little bit of extra clearance. As we lift our leg up to 90 degrees, you can still see the pins in there. We have thigh swivel, we have a boot swivel, and we have the generous ankle pivot. Now, as you can see in the back, I have those guys posed up, looking like zombies. This guy has a foot wholly inverted, and it still looks pretty cool. So posing this guy up shouldn't be too much of an issue for anyone. I don't think so. But it's like, what do you have planned for Mole Rat? Is it going to be a zombie? Is it going to be a driller? Is it going to be a guy who knows Mole Fu? You never know. Overall, I'm here for it. Now, with our accessories and what he gets, I think that's what kind of rounds him out to be pretty cool. Because Mole Rat could be an individual guy, or you can, like I said, you could be an army builder. So with our alternative sculpt, like I was saying, here we have the Dark Energon zombified head. You see the grit teeth, you see the Energon poisoning, the purple eyes, the crystallized part of the Dark Energon getting to you. This looks fantastic. And this makes it look as if it's not a mask. This is exposed brain. But I'm going to assume it's still a mask, right? Let's say they took their thing off to protect themselves. Yeah. Because this would just be crazy. It's exposed head. Or mutated head. You know what? It could be mutated head. Let's go with that. You never know. Next up, we have our backpack for our respiratory system. And this is kind of why I left the mask one on, so we can show how it all plugs in, right? We're going to plug it into our back. And then we have that tube head here. And this plugs into the side here. This will limit a little bit of your articulation, because you don't want that tube to keep popping out. And I'm going to pop the head off so I can get it to line up, because Lord knows I'm going to hurt myself otherwise. There we go. So like I said, this is going to limit some of your articulation when you plug that in, so you got to be careful. We have two tabs here on our backhand side. We'll get back to that in a second. Let's get them back in Mole Fu mode. Then we have the front piece of your converter. Now, in G.I. Joe fashion, I like that this piece is modular, because this can be your rivet gun, your nail gun, your pressure gun, whatever it is you want it to be on its own. If you're not paying close attention, you can just make it be whatever it wants. Now we can turn this into a blaster by attaching the front piece. So now you have an actual blaster to defend yourself with, or a pressure gun, or whatever it is. I wouldn't think that they would want mole rats to actually have weapons to defend themselves. Or you can add your drill part here. Now you have a drill gun. And I actually like that it's painted silver. So you do have options with this part here, which is pretty cool. Next up, you'll also get a Geiger counter. You know, you want that seismic activity. You want to be able to measure whether or not there's radiation there. It's pretty cool that they included this. Like a little black box. You'll also get a lantern. This actually can move back and forth. You'll also get some more tubing here. I haven't figured out this part yet, and I'm pretty sure it goes into the side, but just I've been too excited to actually figure out where this goes, so I'm going to figure it out by the time we end this video. Now, as far as storage goes, right, this is where it gets tricky, right? Do you store your Geiger counter in the back? All right. I'm assuming you store this one in the back, right? So you have your Geiger counter on your back, and you would store one of your weapons in hand, and I'm going to assume the barrel, an extra part for interchangeability, we're going to store like this. So that way you can carry the rest of your stuff, your lantern and your gun. So I'm assuming that's how you carry out all your items. It's pretty cool, to be honest. Now, as we stand this guy up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get ready to compare him to other stuff in a non-zombified format, because I like those guys just sitting in the background. And I keep popping this arm out, and that's because over here, my tolerance is too small on the inside. And like I said, it's only counted for one of them. I figured it wouldn't be an issue in video, but give you that transparency so that you know. Right? So, we're going to get ready for a size comparison. I'll see you guys in a bit. Now, real quick, I know I talked about that other tubing, and I was so silly to not realize it belongs right here in the front. Right here for our tubing. I always talked about the ceiling of the suit. I forgot about the front tubing because I was too busy wondering. So there that is. Now, as far as our size comparison goes, right? Let me line this guy up, make him look good. There we go. Now, let's jump into it. First, let's compare him to an alley viper and a regular viper. So here we are with an alley viper. Ooh. Let's get that feet flat. There we go. Then we'll do a regular viper. So size-wise, we have a lot going on here, as they're generally in the same size range area, but not all exactly the same height, which is okay. Now, when we take these two guys away, excuse me, here we are with Copperhead from Cobra. Then we have Big Ben on the G.I. Joe side. And since he also uses like a mask, I figured, you know, good timing, right? So there we go. Let's take these guys away. Next up, we'll do one of the smaller guys, which is going to be Snake Eyes on the Joe side. This is my Kit Bash one. I mixed up 2 different Snake Eyes for it. Technically 3. But yeah, Snake Eyes is a little bit smaller. Then we're going to compare to some other lines. So here is... Oh, wait. I got a grunt here, so we can do a grunt. This is a Kit Bash grunt, though, but still a grunt. Right? Next up, we will do Valaverse. So here's a Valaverse army builder. Then we have an AWOC, in case you want some Animal Man. Right? Taking those guys away. Then we will do SHF Kamen Rider Kuga. Always a plus. Here's my main man Kuga. Trying to fight off some mole rats. Then we will do a Foosh Toys Ninja. And as you can see, it's a busy day outside. Last but not least, we're going to do a Cosmic Legion. I was going to do a Mythic Legion, but I've been opening up Cosmic Legions right now. So I'm in a Cosmic Legion mood. And then we are going to use Sligor / a Tusk Grave Knight Officer, who is actually coming up in my next review. So as you can see, these are bigger boys, but they look really cool next to Mole Rat. And I think that about rounds it up. But, you know what? Times keep hitting me a little weird. But, how could I forget my main man, Ichigo? And I'm always going to keep him in this pose. Flex and happy, like I remember him. So, with all of this being said, I've been enjoying a lot of stuff lately, mostly privately, and I've been forgetting to do videos about it. Um, but it's really nice to sit back, take my time, and enjoy things again. Be a little bit more chill. Plus, my schedule's been busy. I've done what 4 conventions in 5 weeks, so I've not had any real personal time. So I've been taking time away from the internet. But overall, I do want to tell you guys, thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you for all the new people who have come and subbed. Thank you so much for drinking water and letting me know that you guys are drinking more water. I think that's really cool. Um, and as always, you guys are being good, and I appreciate that. So please continue to be good, do good, and drink your water, guys. Later.